Hey everyone, MirageFlaw here. Today I would start a small series for Company of Heroes 2, where we take a unit I believe as to be a tad underwhelming and see what we can do to fix it. And our first unit we'll be taking a look at is the SU-76 for the Soviets. It's a unit that has fluctuated from being worthless to overpowering, to now being a unit that's overshadowed due to a number of flaws. How we will fix this I'll go into detail, but first, let's go into some stats. Available in the Tank V Battalion for 280 manpower and 75 fuel, the SU-76 serves as a self-propelled light AT platform capable of taking on non-heavy vehicles from a distance. The SU-76 in the game can be considered a stopgap measure to ward away light vehicles or to support heavier vehicles for a relatively cheap price and low population at 8 when you don't need an SU-85. Unlike other AT-oriented light vehicles like the Puma or AEC, the SU-76 trades mobility, a turret, and sight for range, accuracy, and penetration. With a good reload, good accuracy, and decent damage and penetration, so as long as the SU-76 is supported, it can force back mediums, and enough of them can threaten heavier vehicles through overwhelming rates of fire if you decide to build a battery of them. Though it should be noted the SU-76 takes a 50% penalty when it's firing on the move. Furthermore, the barrage does fairly good damage, has a good AoE radius, and will kill models on direct hits. However, defensively, the SU-76 is quite poor. Lacking significant health, the SU-76 will get immediately snared on hit from things like Panzerfaust. It lacks armor to deflect anything above autocannons, and for a light vehicle, has a higher than usual target size at 20, where most of the other lights sit at 18. The mobility of the SU-76 is also quite poor compared to other light vehicles. While these stats are not terrible, it does mean the SU-76 cannot run from most other vehicles that would attempt to hunt it unless you get a head start. Though its mobility does have some odd quirks, which includes the ability to crush objects that medium tanks can, and if you really need to, you can run over infantry with it. This relatively low mobility for a light vehicle puts it nearly on par with the austere Panzer IV, and when you combine it with the lack of any turret, an SU-76 caught out of position will most likely be destroyed while dealing minimal damage in return due to its casemate design. Veterancy-wise, the SU-76 is decent, gaining the tracking ability at Vet 1. Level 2, it gains a faster recharge on the barrage, increased flat damage moving its damage model to 140 from 120, and greatly improved accuracy. And at Veterancy 3, our rotation speed, reload, and range of the barrage all get increased. And given what the SU-76 shoots at, it vets up fairly quickly when engaging medium vehicles. As for the abilities that are stock, we have the barrage, which allows it to fire up to 6 rounds into a target area for 35 munitions, which is good for punishing weapon teams or infantry. This gets improved with veterancy, and the damage buff is very nice. The other ability the SU-76 has is tracking. Tracking, which is unlocked at Veterancy 1, increases the sight of the SU-76 to almost 50 in-game meters. You can also track infantry through the fog of war when this ability is active, detecting infantry up to 70 units away. The ability lasts for 20 seconds and can be used to finish off light vehicles with a price tag of 35, the same as the barrage. Alright, with those stats out of the way, what are the issues? Personally, I don't think the SU-76 is a completely bad unit, but I do think it needs some adjustments to help it perform slightly better, primarily in mobility and improving its role as a multi-purpose assault gun. Offensively, the SU-76 AT capabilities are fine, with the ability to deter most medium tanks and has very good range. This allows it to be a good mobile anti-tank unit that meshes well with the Special Rifle Command, which lacks the ZIS gun of the Sport Weapon Compania. Speed and mobility wise, however, the SU-76 does need to be better. The vehicle is already a casemate with no real traverse on the main gun. It doesn't need to be further bogged down by having fairly poor speed for its class. It's not particularly hard to hit, which is fine, but the SU-76 should be able to disengage given its lack of any escape features. It doesn't have smoke, it doesn't have stuns, nor does it have any criticals or good sight to avoid danger. Furthermore, having no turret as mentioned, the SU-76 will often deal no damage if the target is not directly in front of it, and it means dives are incredibly dangerous to the SU-76, especially if the unit can pop smoke. If I were to change up some of its mobility and speed, here's what I would do. As you can see with these stats, it's an improvement all around and will put it on par with other light vehicles. Secondly, given the role of the SU-76, which acts as a light artillery platform, its barrage recharge needs to be faster. It already requires munitions to function, so why should it require 80 seconds when the ZIS-3 field gun is at 30? Compared to the ZIS gun, the SU-76 will fire more shells, but the only time this is worthwhile if you're firing at a building or an OKW truck. The barrage is such an integral part of the unit, yet it does not allow it to keep the pressure on during engagements. If the veterancy recharge needs to be removed, that's fine, but the HE barrage needs to recharge quicker, so the SU-76 can continue to harass positions from afar, so as long as you feed it munitions. So mobility and barrage. In short, those are the main issues for the SU-76. If these issues were addressed, the unit, it's not going to be as meta as the T-70 with conscripts and ZIS gun support, but it would be able to function better in its intended role. However, before we finish off today's video, I do want to mention I do believe that tracking is not really a necessary veterancy ability for the SU-76. So let's do some quick brainstorming. It's a little odd given that the SU-76 is not particularly a great vehicle hunter due to its casemate design, and it really shouldn't be a scout. Its role is to be a supporting AT platform with barrage abilities. Since the Soviets already have tracking on the ZIS-3 field gun and the Su-85, and the latter is capable of already self-spotting, I believe the Su-76 Veterancy 1 could be given a number of improvements in place of tracking. One idea would be to improve the barrage reload, so that means the Su-76 would fire its HE rounds faster, and that would mean more rounds on target in a shorter duration. Another idea would be timed APCR rounds for munitions, and that would improve penetration accuracy and allow the Su-76 to put some pressure on heavier vehicles. A third idea would be ambush camouflage, allowing the Su-76 to remain hidden when still, similar to what it gets in the Tank Hunter Commander. And fourth, another idea that we could put in is a sort of slow shot found on the AEC, but not the Veterancy 1 where it immobilizes the tracks. It would need adjustments, however, as range 60 slows would probably be a bit too extreme. Those are just some ideas, but they might be worthwhile if the Su-76 got a bigger set of changes, and would help break up the monotony of Eastern Front Army veterancy. My god, everyone has tracking. Now to wrap up this video, or the too long didn't read, mobility and barrage are the key changes I think the Su-76 needs. Now if you got your own suggestions, feel free to add your own in the comments down below, and if you haven't already, check out my Twitch channel in the link below. We play Company of Heroes 2 a lot, and you can see the Su-76 being used with a variety of results. Anyways, thanks for watching, and this will be MirageFla signing off.